picture? You want to take the picture now? Hello, everybody. Just want to let Shabazz know that this is the last day of his amateur career, and that he's moving on into a whole new realm as a professional. This doesn't happen just by itself. Chet Kammerer, Adam Simon, Tim Hardaway, Keith Askins, Bob Reinhardt, Jack Fitzgerald, Ed Mull, Randy Embry, Eric Amsler, Andy. We have a lot of people and personnel that go out and sort of scour the world and colleges and free agents and players that might be available. There's an old saying that it takes a village sometimes just to raise a child, and it takes this number of people at times to draft who we consider to be an incredible basketball player. And we feel that we picked the other night a player that's going to be here a long time, that's really going to help us, a player that I said was very mature, was veteran, that was very experienced, that has proven that he's a winner. And the only thing that we had, I think, really in common when we sat down and had a conversation and talked, it's all he wanted to do was talk about work and what it was going to take for him to get better and to help our team become successful. And I'm sure you'll see that today as his comments come back to you. I want to introduce Shabazz, and I'm going to leave you alone with these two men. Be nice, okay? And I know you will, and I'm going to go back upstairs with Andy and crunch some numbers, okay? But we will take a picture first, okay? Thank you. Oh, we've done a lot of these over the years.
Yeah, I mean, we're all familiar, obviously with Shabazz's career. We had one day off as a coaching staff, and we had to go through 40, 50 players just to get ourselves up to speed for draft night. But from the very beginning of the process, Shabazz's name was at the top of the list. Okay, how we were going to try to figure out how to get that done, that was another story. We had 10 days to figure it out, but he was the guy I watched the most film on. And we felt was the best fit on many different levels. But just from a basketball sense, the thing that jumped out the most was his competitive will. Obviously, his track record speaks for itself on being on winning teams, knowing what it takes to have big moments at big times in the tournament, have your best moments at that time, not only individually but for your team. Knows what it's like to sacrifice at a high level, to play multiple positions. It's important for us at the point guard position to know how to be able to play with the ball, with a high IQ, but also to be able to play without the ball in a hybrid system that makes us efficient but also much different. But that competitive spirit that Shabazz has shown as a winner, two-time champion, that was something that just absolutely jumped out, and that's not even getting into the basketball technicalities of how he knows how to run a team, his IQ for the game, his shooting ability, which is important in our system. Those things, I think, fit extremely well in our system and with our players, and we're just looking forward to the opportunity to get into work this summer. He has Like Coach said, that he's now a professional, and that starts tomorrow with the first summer league practice when they get up to Orlando.
Eric, LeBron tweeted out he had a great appreciation for Shabazz's game. How much effect did that have on the organization?
Well, look, we're all a big fan. How could you not be a big fan of the way he played and the way his team played? That team basketball during that stretch where they really got hot was exceptional. It's something that we really respect, that we love to see that team basketball. We love to see players sacrifice. It's obvious that he had to sacrifice and play different roles in his 4 years. He had to do it with Kemba Walker, and he had to do it this year, playing with 2 point guards. That's something that's very relevant with us. But that's also a run that was terrific. I mean, they barely made it out of that first game. That was one of the first games that I watched. I watched it, the highlights back then in March, but I don't think anybody realizes how tough it is sometimes. And you have to have an inner toughness. You have to have a competitive will. They were down the majority of that first game and somehow found a way to dig back. And our organization knows about those kind of moments, but players really reveal what they're made of and their character in those type of moments.
Eric, what are the first steps that you take to really plunge him into what you do here?
Tomorrow. And I've spent probably more time meeting with our coaching staff the last week for Summer League than I have in a long time. And it's actually been exhilarating. It's been a nice change of pace for us, to really make sure we get organized and doing what we do during the training camp practices. We'll have 5 of those practices, but we are doing both Summer League, so it will be a busy schedule. We'll have practices both in Orlando and in Vegas. We won't overcomplicate it, but we'll try to get them up to speed with our system on both ends of the ball as quickly as we can.
Shabazz, how was the last 3.5, 4 days?
It's been exciting, to be in the position I am now, to be with the Heat organization. It's just, everything is so, exciting. I'm ready to get everything started, ready to learn. That's actually my first time. Saturday morning was my first time in Miami, and I just was so excited to be here.
Hey guys, one second. You identify yourselves too, Shabazz.
Shabazz, Jim Barry, CBS Miami. Welcome.
Thank you.
What kind of communication have you had with LeBron?
I haven't had any, just the public ones that you all saw.
To that end, there's been Jason Jackson. The conversations about what LeBron had to say about you had to be flattering. Has there been a conversation connection with your Husky brother, Ray Allen, who was at your championship game, and obviously has that connection?
Yeah, he just congratulated me on my success. He was there, like you said, at the national championship game, and me and Ray, developed a close bond since he was a fellow UConn Husky, and he just congratulated me on my success and hoped nothing but for the best.